Hi, I'm Mike Edwards. The website is diydoctor.org.uk, and today we're going to be fitting an outdoor power performance weatherproof RCD protected socket. Okay. Now, an RCD you will have heard in a lot of our electrical videos. You will heard about RCD protected sockets, and that simply means the RCD stands for residual current device, and it's a protection against electric shocks, etc. When you're outside and indeed indoors. If any breakage in power occurs, if anybody cuts the cable, if anything is untoward is going on, the power will simply cut out via an RCD switch. Now, by law, you will have one of those on your fuse box, or you should have one of those on your fuse box indoors. And if any socket indoors can be used to power any appliance outside, then by law you have to have an RCD protection. So all of the stuff inside this workshop that we're working on is RCD protected anyway, but this is an additional aid, an additional safety device to make sure that when the power washer is plugged in or whatever, the users are going to stay safe. This is a particularly robust socket, it has to be said. It's a double socket, as you can see. It has a weatherproof lid which clamps down over anything that's plugged into it. We'll show you that when it's complete. I'm not actually allowed to install this because I'm not an electrician, but I'm going to get everything ready for the electrician, who I hope is going to turn up quite soon. But I'll explain to you what we're going to do. We have the power cable coming out of the wall, as you can see, live, neutral and earth. That is not connected to anything at the moment. The last thing you do when you're wiring an outside socket is to connect that to the power inside. So that's all perfectly safe. Ned is going to work on that and get that fixed up, and then he'll connect up indoors. Okay, so I can show you what we're going to do in complete safety. The socket, of course, comes on a back box or a pattress box, as you can see there. It has a rubber gasket around the outside so that when we do fit the faceplate, it's going to be completely waterproof. And to get the power in, get those cables into this back box simply fits on the wall, or will fit on the wall in a moment. Okay, to get the power in, on this occasion we're going to come right through the back. So we're going to drill out this 20mm hole in the back of the socket. We've got another 8 choices, believe it or not, on this box as to where we want the power to come from. There's the one through the back that I've shown you, and another 8, and the other 8 simply have push-out caps. You can see there's 3 at the bottom, there's 1 on each side. They all just push out from the inside, as you can see. We'll leave that one out for a moment. So that's 3 on the top, 3 on the bottom, and 1 on each side. So wherever our cable is coming from, we can get the cable into the box with the minimum of fuss. The only one we have to drill is the one that comes straight in through the back, and actually that's the one we're going to use today. So once we have that on the wall, the faceplate itself simply screws into that through 2 ordinary electrical screws. Okay, and then the outside cover is fitted to the 4 holes in the corner of the back box, making absolutely sure that it's completely watertight. Okay, you can see here that we have 2 sockets that are switched, so they're switched sockets, just like a normal socket indoors, but these 2 are protected by a 30 milliamp trip current protector. Okay, so the red shows when the power is on, and when it's off, you'll see that it simply goes black. Okay, so we can reset the current and we can test it with this red button to make sure everything's working properly. You'll see that a little bit later when it's actually fitted, when the electrician's finished fitting it. The live, neutral and earth connections simply come into the unit. This one is here for the live. As you can see, it's got a brown colouring at the top. This one is for the neutral, it's got a blue colouring, and there's 2 earth switches there, so the one that's nearest to your earth cable, you only need to use one of those. Okay, so just screw into the earth. So that's live in there, in that little hole there, neutral in there, and the earth in one of those. Okay, and then when that's wired up. The cable comes through the back of the box, which you'll see. That's fitted to the front of it with a wire on it, and then the whole lot is screwed together, and you have power outside, which is not only safe but completely waterproof as well. This lid's very cleverly designed in that it will shut, as I said before, over the plug, and then it locks into position. So it doesn't matter how much it's raining, your cable is hanging out of there and you can carry on mowing the lawn or whatever you're going to do. So we'll go ahead and set that up. As I said, hopefully Ned will be here in a moment. Fix it to the wall, get it working, and as soon as it's working, we'll show you how it works. Okay, so post-electrician, we've now got an outside socket, RCD protected, a double switched socket, 4 holes in the wall, back box fitted, live neutral and earth fitted to the faceplate, and the faceplate screwed back into the patris or back box. This is a very good design. It was very easy to fit. Ned was chuffed to bits with it, we're chuffed to bits with it. They even go so far as to give you little cover plates. I don't know if you can see that very closely, but they even go so far as to give you little cover plates to put over the screw holes so that no water can get in through the front box into the back box. There's also little rubber grommets down here, so when anything is plugged in to the unit's turned on, the front plate can be shut and clipped into place with the cable still hanging out, so you can work on appliances outside knowing that that's completely sealed and watertight. So that's the Performance Outdoor Power double RCD protected socket, available from Screwfix. Excellent value for money, and having fitted this one, I think they're going to continue to fit this kind.